BeachBum traders, thank you for joining us for our initial due diligence on Advanced Emissions Solutions, Inc., ticker ADES, where we're going to do our initial standard due diligence on Advanced Emissions Solutions to see if we can decide, is ADES a good stock to buy now? Is it a good swing trade, good long-term investment? What kind of trades may be opportunities in advanced emission solution, or is it a stock that we should avoid? So again, we will try to do our due diligence and try to answer the question, is ADES a good stock to buy now as of September 22nd, 2022. So stick around and we will go through our due diligence, and at the end we will draw our conclusions based on all that information to decide, is ADES a good stock to buy now? Okay, let's take a quick look at Advanced Emission Solutions homepage, ADES, ticker symbol ADES. I will leave the direct link to their homepage in the description box below. We can see they're focusing on solutions to advance clean energy. There isn't a whole lot of information on their main homepage, so again, pretty sparse homepage, not a lot of useful information there. However, if you do click on their products, ADA products, I find this graphic is very helpful to show how their solutions fit into the coal processing process to remove pollutants, and they discuss how they're removing pollutants and making coal-fired power generation cleaner, removes contaminants, emissions, etc. So again, they're focused on clean energy, coal industry, which again, although with the climate change initiatives, coal is still used around the world to a great degree to generate electricity. So again, they talk in more detail about how their solutions fit into the overall cleaner energy within the coal area. Also, there's discussions of their water treatment products. So their main focus is, again, the coal power generation industry and water treatment. And again, there's some nice information about where their solutions fit into that overall coal power generation process. So I hope that helps. Okay, let's do our due diligence on Advanced Emission Solutions, ticker symbol ADES in ChartMill. As always, I will leave the direct link to the profile for Advanced Emission Solutions in the description box below. We can see a summary of their ratings from ChartMill. As of September 22nd, 2022, it's showing a technical analysis rating of 0, very poor, setup rating of 1 out of 5, so again, poor, showing a valuation of 5 out of 5, so very high, a health of 4 out of 5, positive, growth average 2.5, profitability 3 out of 5, here they're showing no dividend. Here it's showing a PE ratio of only 2.47, which is very low. Forward PE, very low. We see an abbreviated version of their chart. We see this big gap down on their announcement of that merger with ARQ Limited, which we can look into in more detail. And then we can see a decline along this descending trend line, and that it's below both its short and long-term moving averages. We'll look at the chart in more detail in a minute. We see the profile in ChartMill, that their headquarters in Colorado. They provide purification solutions to reduce contaminants and pollutions, purification technologies, focused on coal utilities, industrials, water treatment plants, etc. So again, it's focused on pollution control, particularly of coal, but also water treatment. So now we'll dig into more details on Advanced Emission Solutions, ADES, in ChartMill. Okay, let's look at the chart of Advanced Emission Solutions, ADES, in a little more detail in ChartMill. So again, we can see that rejection off a moving average, big gap down again on that merger announcement. We see it's been declining along this trend line. It's significantly below its moving averages. If we zoom out a bit to the weekly, again, we see it was above the moving average, broke down even before that gap down dipped, tested this moving average, and then failed and declined. Again, it's below both its moving averages, and we see that declining trend line there. So if we zoom out again to the monthly, again, we can see a long-term declining trend line. It's below that declining trend line. It tested and was rejected off that trend line. We can see previous bottom somewhere in the 4-ish range, and it looks like it's broken down below that. So again, the next bottom is significantly lower. So again, setup technical analysis doesn't look very good currently. So let's look into the health of the company in terms of a longer term swing, investment, etc. buy. Okay, let's look at the Technical Analysis tab in ChartMill for Advanced Emission Solutions. Again, as of September 22nd, 2022, we see it's very, negative. Short term's very negative. Has a technical analysis rating currently of 0. We see, the declines. So again, right now the technical analysis is pretty much all red. It's making new 52-week lows. It's got a wide trading range. It's been falling strongly lately, so they're saying it's better to avoid new long-term positions here. We see some support and resistance. So we've got a resistance around 360, around 625, and then again around 650. You can see the setup rating here is bad, 2 out of 10. So does not present a quality setup at this moment. Price movement has been too volatile to find a nice entry and exit. It's probably a good idea to wait for a consolidation first. So that's we see the short and long-term trends are all down. So again, the technical analysis rating setup currently is very negative for ADES. Let's look at the Fundamental Analysis tab in ChartMill for Advanced Emission Solutions, ADES. We can see it's got a fundamental rating currently of 7 out of 10. It's in the chemicals industry, has a great financial health rating, but there are some minor concerns on profitability. So we can see valuation is very positive, health is positive, profitability is average, and growth is a little low, and they're showing no dividend here. So again, shows a decent growth, very cheap, and it's a good combination. They're showing a profitability of 6 out of 10, so a little above average, good return on assets, good profit margin. The return on equity is a little low, or average. Petrovsky F is average. It ranks well against its industry peers. So valuations 10 out of 10. So again, this looks like it would be considered a good value stock. Price to earnings very low, 2.47. Is rather cheap. Forward earnings is cheap. PEG ratio indicates cheap, so cheap valuation. So again, value stock. Price to book is valued cheap. So again, this is all indicating that currently ADES is quite cheap. And again, its earnings compares very well against the industry. Growth is just average. So it's showing strong growth over 5 years in earnings per share. So that's positive. Again, projected is positive. Again, strong revenue growth. So again, that's positive, and it's been growing over the past 5 years is positive. So the last year was a little bit more negative. So EPS growth revenue growth is decreasing. So if we look at the revenue versus estimates, we see it was pretty flat, increased a little bit. 21 was very positive. 22 looks like it's going to drop back down and then recover a little bit to 23. So it looks like, 21 was very positive year, and then 22 is down again. So potentially that's the decline we saw since then. EPS, again, slow growth, looks like slow, steady growth through 22, and then kind of peaking out, going flat in 23. So health, 8 out of 10, so again, very positive, good current ratios, good quick ratios, much better than the industry. Here, their debt to equity is showing us good, positive. Altman Z is positive, so no solvency issues, in line with the industry. And again, it's ranking well versus the industry, and this again is showing no dividends. So again, valuation very positive, health very positive, profitability just average. So again, all these from a fundamental analysis standpoint seem to indicate that Advanced Emission Solutions, ADES, could be considered a good value stock right now. Okay, let's look at the analyst ratings for Advanced Emission Solutions, ADES, and ChartMill. We can see it's got an 83% buy consensus. The price targets aren't showing. So it's got 7 analysts, buy percentage consensus to 83, so very positive. No real changes. Got some strong buys, 2 strong buys, 4 buys, and 1 hold. Looks like it's been pretty stable over time. So again, analysts are pretty bullish, 83% buy rating. So if we take a quick look at the ownership structure of Advanced Emission Solutions, ADES, and ChartMill, we see it's here it's showing majority of it is public, almost 98%, and all the insiders about 2%, so very small. They're showing a very small institutional ownership. Looks like it's been pretty stable, but very small. So again, insider change was positive. Institutional change was very negative. And we see June 30, there's just grants, options, etc. So not any notable insider activity recently. So, okay, if we do our due diligence on ADES, Advanced Emission Solutions in Webull. So I'm on the online stocks, or the stock screen of the online browser version of Webull. You can see, just search for the symbol. Brings up the stock screen, the chart. We can see from the monthly view, it's been declining. Looks like there's a potential support level in the 320 area that it's approaching. So we'll look at our due diligence in the lower panel, so you can bring up the lower panel. In this stock screen, you can see their profile, but I want to look at their financials. So we see their income has been declining, went negative, so that's a negative. Their balance sheet, again, it's positive, but declined. Cash flow, I'm not getting any data. Ratios, again, look at their income statement. So their net income went negative as well. So potential reasons for the decline in price. Revenue looks positive, relatively stable, maybe a slight decline. Operating income, again, went negative. So again, these are potential reasons for the price decline recently, is these negative financials. Their balance sheet, they don't have a lot of liabilities, so their debt to asset ratio looks pretty stable. Cash flow, again, looks like it's been declining, so again, all negative factors. Their investing looks like they had made money in the past and no longer. And their financing, again, it's was negative. It looks like they resolved that, and it's pretty much zero at this point. It is optionable, so you could write covered calls against your position to generate your own dividends. We look at the analyst. It's only got one analyst, and it's a buy rating, so not a lot of data there. Short interest, not real high. Institutional ownership decreased somewhat. So we can see it pays a dividend. Looks like it's a quarterly dividend. Looks like it's stable at 25 cents per quarter. And again, you can see their profile. So if we zoom out on the chart a little bit to a year, okay, so we can see again this steady decline. We can see that gap down due to the merger news, the reception to their merger with ARQ. So again, it dropped down there, been in steady decline. If we zoom out to the maximum level, we can see this now this 320 area is essentially a double bottom from a long-term chart view. So we'll see if it holds at that level, and we can see some potential upside all the way to 14 near term, maybe to 6 to about 840. So it's got a nice risk reward profile if it's able to hold this 320 level. So that would be the level to watch. Make sure it holds at 320, turns around, swings back up, and then again, there's potential upside. Again, it would be good to see their financials turn around as well, because some of the financials were somewhat negative and probably contributed to this decline. Just a quick reminder that as of the recording of this video on August 16th, Webull is currently offering up to 12 free stocks if you open and fund a new account in Webull. This is the most number of free stocks I've seen Webull offer. I don't know how long this offer will last, but if you're not already using Webull, here's an opportunity to get 12 free stocks. You can find our affiliate link to Webull in the description box below, on the About page on our YouTube channel, in the link section. So let's do our due diligence for Advanced Emissions Solutions, ticker symbol ADES and FinViz, and I'll leave the direct link to their profile in FinViz in the description box below. We see right offhand from their chart, there's this pivot point showing at 650, and we're seeing it got close to that pivot point, and then we see this big gap down. We see this decline after that big gap down. We can see it broke down below a descending channel. We can see it's significantly below its moving averages. So again, this is Advanced Emission Solutions. It's pollution and treatment control, industrial company. So if we zoom out to the weekly, again, we see that big gap down, steep decline. We can see it's broken down below that previous bottom, previous support. We look again at the monthly. So again, it's making new, it looks like all-time lows at this point. It's broken down significantly, maybe a little bit of stability at this bottom at about 320. So it's approaching its all-time lows. Again, it's significantly below its moving averages. So, there's very, very little support, maybe at 320 right now. And we saw a resistance at that pivot point at around 650. So, risk reward's hard to determine. But if it does hold up at that 320 bottom, and we will need to see what the cause of this gap down was. So we'll look at the metrics, and then we'll see if we can find in the news the reason for that gap down. Looks like they do have positive income, pretty small market cap, 63 million, positive sales, cash per share. So it's trading below cash right now as of September 21st, 2022, showing cash per share 416. It's trading at 325. So trading below cash. So that's attractive from a value standpoint. It is optionable. Most of their metrics here are green, so that's positive. Again, pretty low float, only 19 million, not a lot of shorts. We see the range, right now it's at 325, got a range up to 8. So let's see if we had a low average volume, only 114K. So it's going to be a not very liquid in terms of trading volume. So if we can, let's see what the date of that gap was and see if we can find out what the news was that caused that decline. So it was August 22 approximately was the major decline. And if we look at the news, merger, okay, so they announced that merger with AQ, and it looks like the investors didn't like the terms of that merger. So if we look at that news, so now it says merger with ARC Limited, ARQ Limited. See what the terms, they can receive aggregate of 10 million in cash at 52% or 52 per share, 52 cents per share, and retain 49 or 47% of the company. ARC is a manufacturing process for producing patent protected carbon for remediating coal waste. They're saying it has adjacent market opportunities, sustainable competitive advantage, profitability enhancement. So it looks like they're saying it should grow their revenue. So typically they're going to spin any kind of merger acquisition as positive, but obviously the current shareholders at the time did not react positively to that merger announcement as it plummeted and has been declining since. So if I look at that again very briefly, I don't know if they said when that merger was expected to close. And again, you can get that article in FinViz. I don't see when the expected close for that merger is in offhand. So again, you can get that article in FinViz August 22 and see, okay, so they're going to issue shares in exchange for equity. Complete, first quarter 23, fourth quarter 22, first quarter 23. So possibly by the end of this year or early next year, that merger should close. And again, investors, and then you see these, law firms come out. They didn't like the drop in the share price, so they do these class action suits. So if we look at their profile very quickly, Advanced Emissions Solutions, along with provides environmental technology, specialty chemicals, 2 segments, refined coal and advanced purification technologies, cycling technology, pre-combustion coal treatment process to enhance combustion, reduce emissions, reduce nitrogen oxide, mercury from coal burning. So again, this is all to make coal burning cleaner and more efficient, pre-combustion treatment. Okay, control emissions. So again, this is all focused on pollution control for coal burning, also mercury, air, carbon. So again, given the current energy crisis, we've seen coal was pretty volatile. We've seen, with high natural gas prices, some countries have had to revert more back to coal. And so there's the potential that trying to make coal burning greener, cleaner, etc., could be a positive. They also have treatment of drinking and wastewater, industrial, etc. So again, this is all a clean climate control or climate change type of theme. They're based in Colorado. They've been around for a long time, since 1996. If we look at their financials a little bit, total revenue has increased. It went up quite a bit and then a slight increase. Costs increased as well a little bit. Gross profit is increased, but then pretty flat. EPS has gone positive, but declined a little bit. Look at their quarterly real quickly. So again, total revenue is pretty stable. Costs pretty stable. Here they're showing that their EPS went negative, so that's a negative. Net income went negative, so again, those are negative factors. Okay, let's do our due diligence for Advanced Emission Solutions, Inc., ticker symbol ADES, in Seeking Alpha. I will leave the direct link to this profile for Advanced Emission Solutions in Seeking Alpha in the description box below. Right off the top, we can see it's had a major decline for the past year. It's down 49%. In the graph, we can see that decline. We can also see it has a very low PE ratio of only 2.3. Has a market cap of about 64 million. If we look at some of the analysis and news very quickly, we see they're selling a mine recently. We also see they announced a merger with ARQ Limited, perceived value play, more upside. Shares not ready to move, playing with fire. So it's a mixture of positive and negative news and analysis. Too cheap. We see their previous earnings was negative, and it looks like their past two earnings were both negative, and then there's a prior article quite some time ago that it was undervalued. We look at the rating summary, just the authors say sell, otherwise it's not covered, so not a lot of coverage. Again, you can see more information about the profile in Seeking Alpha as well. See their annual revenue, it's been a little choppy, but increasing on a yearly basis. We look at the quarterly. Again, it looks like it peaked in 21, then a slight decline. Earnings per share, quarterly, again, 2019 was a little positive, and then it went negative in first quarter 2020. So again, pretty flat. Again, PE pretty low. Revenue growth, not too bad. Return on equity, not too bad. Gross profit margin, not too bad. Market cap, again, about 64 million. They've got 13 million in debt and 80 million in cash. So they do have a decent amount of cash right now. Pretty low volume. So again, this is going to be a low volume, probably choppy. Average volume only about 104,000. We can see the structure of the ownership. Majority is public, 60%. We've got 28% institutional, and then we've got some hedge funds. So we've got about 10% hedge funds and a very small percentage of insiders, only 2%. Very low short interest, so this is not a short squeeze type play. The beta is below 1, so it's going to move slower than the market. Its Altman Z is nicely positive, so its solvency, it doesn't look like there's a risk of solvency issues. So that's positive. Again, total cash, 80 million. Positive revenue. Here it's showing a positive EPS. This is showing that they're making money. They've got a positive gross profit, free cash flow per share. So they've got positive free cash flow. So again, all of that is positive. They do have some debt, some long-term debt. But again, it does look like they've got decent cash flow, and their Altman Z score was nicely positive. So it looks like they're able to service their debt adequately. Okay, so given all this information from our initial due diligence on Advanced Emission Solutions, Inc., what's our conclusions in terms of is ADES a good stock to buy now? Well, we saw the current setup and technical analysis situation for ADES is very poor right now. So as of September 22nd, 22, again, from a technical analysis standpoint, it's a poor setup right now. In terms of a thesis, we like the thesis of cleaner energy in the coal industry, given all the current issues with other energy sources, oil, natural gas around the world. We could see more of a focus. We've seen coal prices also spike up from time to time. And again, due to supply issues with natural gas and oil, we can see a greater focus back on coal. And also with the climate change initiatives, a focus on clean energy, even though coal is still a fossil fuel, I think as a longer term thesis, I like the thesis of a cleaner coal burning energy generation process. So again, I can see some potential catalysts for a longer term turnaround, swing back up in ADES, but again, the very short-term setup is very poor. We also saw that it's a good value right now, so it's a good value play. I believe ADES initially came to our attention because it was showing up as trading below cash. So again, I would consider ADES a value stock, a turnaround play. If we quickly look at the chart again in Webull, so again, if I look at the long-term chart in Webull, we see we really need to see ADES hold this 320 support level. If it breaks down below that 320 support level, it's got some risk down to, the low $1 level, 125, 127, etc. It's got nice upside around, $14, $15. So again, the risk reward profile is pretty nice. The value is pretty nice. It's in decline, so we need to see it hold this 320 support level. You may want to wait for it to swing back up, wait for that turnaround, wait for some positive news. Even into their next quarterly report might be prudent. But again, that's a long-term swing. It looks like a good turnaround play. Again, we saw their revenue is expected to decline into, 23, etc. So may not be a great long-term investment, but it is currently appears to be a good value play. So is ADES a good stock to buy now? Well, maybe not right now. Wait for the setup, the technical analysis to improve. Make sure it holds that 320 support level. If it does and swings back up, again, the value of ADES is very positive. So it looks like a good candidate for a very long-term swing, maybe not for long-term investment, maybe not for a short-term trade. So please let us know, what do you think of Advanced Emission Solutions, ticker symbol ADES? Do you think it's a good stock to buy now? What do you think of the company? What do you think of their solutions going forward? What do you think of this thesis of providing solutions for cleaner coal burning power generation? Let us know in the comments below, in our Discord, in our Facebook group, via social media, etc. And we hope this all helps, and have a great day. The content of this video was produced by BeachBum Trading. We hope you will choose to also join us in the BeachBum Trading community and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit us at our homepage at beachbumtrading.com, the bum without the U. Similarly on Twitter, BeachBum Trading, bum without the U. On Facebook and in our BeachBum Trading Facebook group. Please follow us on Pinterest and on Instagram. All of the links to our social media sites will be included in the description box below, and we hope you will choose to subscribe to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Thank you. We also cordially want to invite you to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server. where we can have discussions on all topics related to trading, success in trading, investing, etc. You can see alerts when we make trades, changes to our watch list, etc. So again, please join us in the new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server. You should be able to find a link in the description box below. You can also find a link in the social media category on our webpage, beachbumtrading.com, without the bum without the U, and also in the link section on the About page of our YouTube channel, etc. So again, we look forward to seeing you in the BeachBum Trading Community Discord server soon. Wave and say hello. BeachBum Trading also now has a site on Patreon. If you are willing and able to help support our efforts to produce all the content and help you achieve the financial freedom you want, deserve, to be able to live the BeachBum lifestyle or any other kind of lifestyle you would like, and you're willing and able to help support our efforts in these regards, we hope you'll choose to visit our Patreon page. You can get access to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, which is currently under construction, but you will get access to the Discord server by supporting us through Patreon. Again, this is all currently under construction, but you can see we just have the default levels, membership levels, but again, each level allows support, allows access to our Discord. We're also posting our trade positions initially in our Discord, and again, we greatly appreciate any support that you're willing and able to provide. So thank you for your consideration. Thank you again for watching our video. We hope that you liked it. If so, please smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. Please share this video with your fellow traders and friends. And please give us your feedback and any recommendations for improvement in the comments section below. And let us know what else we can do to help you in your trading career. Thank you again, good luck, and have a great trading day. If you like this video, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the box in the upper left hand corner. You can watch another video like this by clicking on the box in the lower right hand corner, and we have a whole playlist of videos like this that you can access via the box in the upper right hand corner. Our latest video is available in the box in the lower left hand corner. We hope you like this and have a great day.